The latest episode of Star Citizen Live focused on the economy, item acquisition, and how the game systems are evolving to support meaningful progression and player engagement, and today's video will be a recap of everything that was revealed during this week's CIG community content. The developers explained that their guiding principle is accessibility. They want to ensure that all essential gameplay loops are supported by the availability of necessary tools and equipment. This doesn't mean that everything will be universally available everywhere, rather, the placement of items in shops will be tied to the game's narrative and regional logic. Some gear might only be found in certain star systems, reinforcing the idea that exploration and travel matter. Not all items are meant to be purchased with Alpha UEC. The developers were clear that Alpha UEC will take players only so far. Some of the best equipment, most meaningful gear, or unique rewards will have to be earned through gameplay. Whether it's by completing missions, finding rare loot, or engaging with events that eventually CIG are going to implement, the path to acquiring valuable items is meant to be experimental, not purely transactional. This adds weight to the in-game economy and creates a layered sense of value. When it comes to pricing, CIG uses an algorithm to suggest item prices for shops. These suggestions take into account factors like desirability and scarcity, and the developers then review and adjust them manually as needed. Rather than pricing every item individually, the system allows for a more scalable and consistent economy. For particularly rare items, the vision is to promote player-to-player trading. The team even admitted that some items, such as Xenothreat helmets, were deliberately priced abnormally high to introduce rarity into the market. Naturally, the presence of exploit is frustrating for the development team. Bugs that break the economy or give players unfair advantages undermine the delicate balance that they are trying to build. That being said, the developers appreciate how quickly the team can now address and fix these issues thanks to improved workflows. As for the economy itself, it is still in its foundational phase. Much of the current work is invisible to players but essential. The team is focused on building the tools, analytics, and infrastructure necessary to support a future dynamic economy. Eventually, players will see systems like adaptive trade routes, fluctuating commodity prices, and broader value extraction mechanics appear in-game, but these changes will be gradual. Loot management has also undergone significant evolution. Previously handled by content designers, it is now overseen by system designer Luke Presley. Loot is being categorized by type: armor, weapon, medical, mining, food, and so on, and each item is assigned to a rarity tier: common, rare, epic, legendary. Loot containers will be color-coded based on rarity and come in multiple sizes. Smaller boxes may contain essentials like ammo or snacks, while larger ones will hold full armor sets. Some legendary items will be available only in specific locations and will never spawn elsewhere, encouraging players to seek them out through exploration and gameplay. Furthermore, loot distribution will differ from system to system, with gear in Pyro being distinct from what's found in Stanton. The developers also aim to make loot feel appropriate to its environment. For example, mining outposts will contain mining gear, while combat bunkers will yield FPS weapon and armor. This type of thematic consistency helps deepen immersion and reinforce connection between setting and gameplay. Mission rewards are also being diversified. Beyond Alpha UEC, missions are beginning to provide tangible rewards, gear, loot, and unique items. One of the best examples to this date is Wikelo, of course, a Banu character that provides missions that reward players with items tied to hauling. This gives players who might not typically engage in freight gameplay a reason to do so, offering an alternative to gear acquisition. Of course, when it comes to hauling, we're talking about hauling the script over there. That's what we need to haul. That being said, Elliot Malby, one of the designers, highlighted that meaningful rewards don't always need to be tied to market value. Some items may have little or no value in Alpha UEC terms, but still hold significance for players due to their rarity, appearance, or gameplay utility. The goal is to ensure that valuable is felt, not just measured, through player effort and engagement. The backstory of Wikelow's missions further illustrates this philosophy. The idea was to expand the scope of the universe, incorporating alien culture and offering content that encourages players to step outside of their usual gameplay habits. That being said, Wikelow's missions are, of course, not without problems, and this is something that the devs acknowledged in the episode. The current freight elevator system, which is key to completing these missions, is complex and still buggy. For now, players are forced to place each requested items individually into the freight elevator, which is frustrating and inefficient. The developers acknowledge the issue and are working to improve it by enabling one SU boxes to complete missions directly. Additionally, they hope to allow players to turn in items at any Wikelow Imperium terminal across the system rather than being forced to travel to a specific location. These changes will eventually be rolled out to other mission givers and loops. Crafting will be another major system shaped by item acquisition. The foundations of crafting lie in gathering and exploring, with players obtaining blueprints and components through loot or missions. Thousands of rewards and hundreds of blueprints are already planned. Crafting will serve as the ultimate endpoint for various gameplay activities and provide players with deeper investment in the game's economy. To further refine the sense of ownership, gear and cosmetics are being separated. Although they won't fully be physicalized items in the game world, players will be able to clearly distinguish between items with gameplay utility and purely cosmetic ones. The inventory system is also undergoing a significant rework by the Montreal studio. A new interface is being developed, and while the current iteration may seem messy or confusing, the developers are confident it will be vastly more practical. One key improvement will be the ability to access all nearby inventories, including dead NPCs, by pressing a single button, the I button. This streamlined interaction will help make inventory management less clunky. Players will soon be able to rename their containers as well by right-clicking them, which will make sorting and organizing items much easier. Item description and thumbnails are also being improved so that players can clearly see which item is at a glance. Thumbnail loading issues are also being addressed, and this will result in a more responsive and visually coherent inventory system. Altogether, this episode gave us a clearer picture of the massive backend work being done to support Star Citizen's vision of a functional, immersive, and rewarding economy. From region-specific loot to mission-based item rewards and future crafting integration, the game is slowly laying the groundwork for a player-driven universe where value is earned, not bought. And that is it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the upcoming inventory system rework. Also, mentions here of the future of the economy. How long do you think that is going to take? Do you think we're going to see some of that at SeasonCon? I think we will, but I guess we will see. I will see you guys in the next one. Tomorrow we'll have our giveaway results as well, so make sure to tune in. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Star Citizen content. I have been Erad. A big shout out to my Patreon members, including Dr. Fomento, Carter Sisters, Doki to Crusher, The Rise, and Zero Crusher. Are you new to Star Citizen? 50,000 Alpha UEC await you. Just get that referral link in the description down below. I have been Erad, and I will see you guys in the next one.